When was the last time you truly chose yourself? Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of expectations, responsibilities, and societal demands? Like you're a ship tossed about in a storm of shoulds and musts? It's time to drop anchor, my friend. It's time to choose yourself. Let me paint you a picture. It's 2 a.m., and I'm sitting at my desk, surrounded by bills, my kids' school projects, and a laptop open to an endless stream of business emails. I'm exhausted, depleted, and worst of all, I can't remember the last time I did something just for me. Sound familiar? This was my wake-up call, my moment of reckoning. And it can be yours too. Choose yourself. These two words might sound simple, but they're a battle cry for the modern age. Whether you're a sleep-deprived parent, a spouse juggling the delicate dance of partnership, or an entrepreneur burning the candle at both ends, it's time to create moments in your life that are solely and unapologetically for you. We've become masters of multitasking, wearing so many hats that we can barely see ourselves in the mirror anymore. Parent, partner, provider, peacekeeper. The roles pile up like a tower of Jenga blocks, each one adding pressure, each one threatening to topple our sense of self. In this mad rush to be everything to everyone, we've buried the parts of us that make us remember exactly who we are without the titles and labels. Remember that kid inside you? The one with wide eyes and an even wider imagination? That kid is still there, and they're screaming for a chance to play. They long to express themselves again, to dive headfirst into the depths of creativity, love, and adventure. When was the last time you let that kid out? When was the last time you colored outside the lines of your carefully constructed adult life? I get it. Balancing parenthood, partnership, and careers can feel like trying to juggle chainsaws while walking a tightrope. But here's the radical truth. These pursuits are only expressions of a larger story at play. You. The you who loves every part of yourself, flaws and all. The you who has finally learned to identify as the author of your story. The you who knows how to choose yourself just as much as your family, your job, or your community. But how do we do this? How do we choose ourselves in a world that constantly demands we choose everything else? Here are some battle strategies for your revolution of self. Schedule me time like it's a non-negotiable meeting, because it is. Learn to say no without guilt. No is a complete sentence. Rediscover an old passion or hobby. Dust off that guitar. Dig out those paintings, or go buy yourself a private diary. Practice mindfulness. Even 5 minutes of meditation can be a lifeline in a chaotic day. This skill can greatly improve your mental capacity to take on the challenges of your day. Move your body in ways that feel good. Dance in your living room. Do cartwheels in the park. Who cares who's watching? Now I know what you're thinking. But I have responsibilities. I can't just abandon everything. And you're right. Choosing yourself doesn't mean neglecting your duties or the people you love. It means recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. It means understanding that by nurturing yourself, you become better equipped to nurture others in a way that's fulfilling to all parties involved. There will be obstacles, the guilt of taking time for yourself, the fear of being seen as selfish, the sheer logistics of finding time in an already packed schedule. But remember this. Every revolution faces resistance. Your revolution of self is no different. Life is meant to be a playground, not a prison. If the playground you're on is full of rocks, bullies, and unpleasant experiences, then summon the courage to explore a place that aligns with all the vibes you'd rather experience. You have the power to change the game, to rewrite the rules, to create a life that resonates with your soul's deepest desires. Precious moments are fleeting if we're not able to savor them in gratitude, joy, and bliss. So I challenge you, no, I dare you, to choose yourself. Start small if you need to. Take 5 minutes today to do something purely for you. Then make it 10 minutes tomorrow. Build your self-revolution, brick by brick, moment by moment. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, you are not just a single thread. You are the weaver. You have the power to create a masterpiece, but only if you give yourself the time, love, and care you so freely give to others. So, are you ready? Ready to choose yourself? Ready to start your revolution? The time is now. The person is you. Choose yourself fiercely and unapologetically. The world needs the authentic, revitalized you. We're waiting. What's your first act of self-revolution going to be? In my own journey, I started small. I began waking up 30 minutes earlier to journal and meditate. I rekindled my love for painting, setting aside an hour each weekend to create. I learned to say no to commitments that drained me, making space for activities that energize me. Slowly but surely, I felt that lost part of myself awakening, bringing new vitality to all aspects of my life. The beautiful thing is, as I chose myself more, I found I had more to give to others. My relationships deepened, my work improved, and I felt a sense of joy and purpose I hadn't experienced in years. So, I challenge you. How will you choose yourself today? What small step can you take to honor that inner child, that core self that exists beyond all your roles and responsibilities? Remember, you are not just a parent, a partner, or a professional. You are a unique, vibrant individual with dreams, passions, and potential waiting to be explored. Choose yourself, not just once, but every day, in small ways and big. Because when you choose yourself, you're choosing to live life fully, authentically, and joyfully. And in doing so, you give others permission to do the same. Your playground awaits. Are you ready to play?